Alrighty, brothers and sisters, they keep lying to us and they keep playing us with all these tariff things. Now you're seeing Bitcoin pumping, the crypto space is pumping, altcoins are pumping. We're doing wonderful today. And I'm very excited about what I want to show you in today's video as we are slowly forming a bottom here on Bitcoin and especially Ethereum as well. And as you can see, altcoins are recovering. And this is very major and big that we want to really pay attention to here in today's video. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Now the news that broke out today is that Trump is gonna pose the tariffs. So he posted this long tweet here on Truth Social, basically explaining that at the end he's about to pose the tariffs for a 90 days and as well substantially lower the reciprocal tariffs during this period. Now what this did is that it got the market sending higher. That's the first thing. The second thing that this did is that basically it showed how Trump is bluffing, and this is basically what I've been saying, and that in my opinion I do think he's bluffing and he's trying to shake things up, and especially he's also trying to just it's a negotiating tactic basically. So it's not, he can change his mind on a whip like that, and that's what we're seeing. And you can see now previously here on this pump on Bitcoin, what happened is that this was a fake news. You see this pump here, it was a fake news or a leak, because it was exactly the same thing. It was a leak that Trump is about to pose tariffs for 90 days, but then it was it ended up being fake news. But then today the news broke out where Trump himself said that. And funny enough, he actually tweeted like 3 hours prior to announcing that he's about to pose the tariffs. He tweeted that this is a great time to buy. Trump is pretty much playing with the market as well as he's pretty much bluffing about the tariffs and it's more of a negotiating tactic as it seems. But what matters to us is the market, and the market is telling us, look, what I care about is these tariffs. Please get those tariffs out of my way. I want to pump. That's what the markets want to do, and you can see clearly with this candle on Bitcoin. And one thing you also need to pay attention to is how altcoins react very quickly right after we see a Bitcoin pumping. So overall, across the board, this is telling us that the market is bottomed. Whatever we see on the news now, even on Bloomberg, some specialists now they are coming out the woodworks now. Bloomberg analyst predicts Bitcoin could sink back to $10,000. The fear mongering, and you see this type of fear mongering happen whenever the fear and greed index is at its lowest, because that's what suits people, right? If you tell people, if I'm bullish now, I'm getting less views, but if I'm bearish, I'm probably gonna get more views. So basically what they want to do, or what these news outlets and YouTubers and everybody that want to be bearish at the lows and bullish at the highs, is basically just following the sentiment to just please the herd, and the herd is always wrong. And most importantly, markets always bottom on bad news, and this is what we're seeing, like bad news after bad news, but the market doesn't want to crash. And just one simple tweet like that, the tariffs are posed for 90 days. This is not even like canceled or anything. We're seeing a massive bounce on Bitcoin. So this tells me pretty much that Bitcoin is bottomed, especially also we can see this double bottom. But most importantly, Bitcoin is bottomed, altcoins are bottomed, and we pretty much now, the pain is close to being over. And that's it. That's why I'm very excited. After this double bottom, we reclaim this range here. So if you look at this range, we were in this previous, you have this clear range, and then we have this one here down below. So we're back into it. That's the first sign of strength. Plus the fact that we did not drop any lower, even though the tariffs were announced to be fake like 2 days prior to that. And even though the market was crashing, even though we got all these analysts calling for 10K Bitcoin and other YouTubers probably calling for, I did not even check what YouTubers are saying, but probably they are calling for 40K, 50K, or whatever prices they are calling. And the market is pumping. So that is pretty much the biggest sign of strength we want to see, with this fear and greed index still at 15. Believe it or not, we're still in extreme fear. The market still thinks we are going on a bear market, which tells me we're still gonna go higher. The pain is to the upside here. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind as well is how it looks on the weekly. This is the weekly chart. And what I'm looking at here, guys, is as simple as we took out this prior low here. This is a low from 2023 on on the future contracts, which is this is a wick that you don't see on the spot, but you see it on the futures. Simply put, these are points where people get liquidated, people put stop losses, there is a lot of liquidity, so usually the price will want to go back there, take these stop losses, take these people out of here, grab all that liquidity, and people that gonna get liquidated, people that have stop losses, take them out of there, tell everybody we're going lower, and then go up. So this is pretty much called a swing failure pattern. So this is very bullish on the weekly, pretty much, since also as well it has just been on this massive downtrend or basically since January, the whole year was just going down. So I do think a relief rally at least is coming our way on Ethereum here. If not, this is the bottom, as I said on yesterday's video. This is pretty much the bottom of the bottoms, and especially that Bitcoin is reclaiming that 80k level, which is a psychological level as well, with a strong Thor hammer candle with strength coming back into the range, and that is very bullish. Now on the long term here, and when it comes to these Trump tariffs, as you can see, the market, this is a BBC News. Trump poses higher tariffs for dozens of countries and hikes China to 125%. They made it look way more bearish, or they made it look less bullish than actually it is, because what Trump said exactly is that he's posing for 90 days, and that does not say that here. So pretty much the headlines will still want to be bearish here for some reason, go figure why. But the thing is, Trump tariffs are what's causing all this drama. Now, two things we can look forward to here is that Trump actually really completely backing off these tariffs, and the market as well starting to call bluff on these tariffs, which makes the market even more bullish. The second thing is the rate cuts. So that's something we could see coming up if we keep seeing this back and forth happen with the tariffs and all that, without forgetting the global liquidity that's been on this local uptrend here that is not yet reflected on Ethereum. And for those that do not know, whenever we have those, they precede a pump here. Like you can see this pump, it happened right after the global liquidity went up, as well as this one here, like this one here, and as well this one here. So that's also still not yet reflected on the chart, and we could say that actually this downtrend on this last break down here below 2000 on Ethereum mainly was due to the general market going down due to the tariffs. And with the tariffs slowly getting out the way and the global liquidity starting to price in, I do think this is pretty much about it. We might see another double bottom play out here, and then we rally. But overall, this is peak pain, peak fear, peak bottom that I'm not gonna get shaken out of my bags now. And whatever they do, I'm not gonna get shaken out. Like I said on my tweet here, what I said, I missed the COVID dip, I'm not missing this one, which literally I did. They won't shake me. They won't shake me out of my bags. That's what they are trying to do. Even the headlines, even the headlines don't want to show the news for what it is, because it's a slightly bullish. They don't want to do that. And when you see this Bloomberg analyst predicts Bitcoin back to 10K, I kid you not, this is pretty much what was said each time we've seen Bitcoin dropping. In the depth of the bear market, they were calling for Bitcoin to go below $10,000, which never happened, and which was the bottom. So the herd, I'm very happy to see that the herd thinks we're going to 10,000, and pretty much the market is overall trying to be bearish to push the prices lower for God knows what, maybe at discount. But the market is not reacting. We're seeing this massive reversal here with a double bottom. Now double bottoms are very bullish, guys. Whenever we see double bottoms plus a breakout, these are very, very notorious for marking the lows on assets on the charts. Whenever we see these double bottoms, they are very notorious and very good bottom signal. Usually when we see double bottoms with a breakout, strong breakout, probably high volume as well, and that's what we want to see here so far. So Bitcoin is at $82,000, and I do think we're gonna slowly start to bring confidence back into the market, and we're seeing it here. Literally alts are just waiting for any type of bullishness from Bitcoin to start rallying, and for Ethereum. Now imagine when Ethereum actually breaks above 2k, 3k, 4k, goes for new all-time highs, we're going to see even higher and higher prices, especially for ETH ecosystem and ETH memes, and which has not played out yet. We had the Solana meme season, we haven't had the Ethereum meme season, which is gonna be very big once Ethereum is gonna be back above 2K, and especially above 2,800, which is the most important here. But overall, as I said, if this actually confirms the low, so we still have the week to end, but the weekly candle so far is looking good, and we have this 90-day pose, so we do have at least 2 months. We have 2 months for Ethereum to actually start to gain higher prices before we see any kind of craziness again from Trump. And I do think, as I said to end this video, this Trump tariffs, pretty much, if you don't know Trump by now, and if you haven't figured out this guy, he's pretty much being he's trolling, let's say, and he's just trying to negotiate. I don't think his intentions are to crash the market or anything like that, or to cause any sustainable damage to the stocks or to the world, or have enemies, or none of that. It's more of a negotiating tactic. That's what it looks like, and that's what the market is pricing as well, as the market is bouncing. But still, the market only bounced because Trump said the 90-day pause, which shows how early we are. So the market is not even pricing in a full removal of these tariffs. So that's the bullish thing here. Is, remember, as much as markets stop on good news, like here we had the president of the United States launching a meme coin using Solana, buying millions of dollars of Ethereum, Bitcoin strategic reserves, all the good news, market tops. Now we have as well all the bad news here: recession, Bloomberg analysts calling for $10,000 Bitcoin. We have tariff fears, China retaliates, Europe retaliates, and all the crazy news is the same thing. Pretty much market's bottom on bad news. Whenever I see bad news, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want to see. Bad news, the market is holding itself up and now back up. Would be a shame if we actually see Bitcoin back above 90K and wrecking all the bears and all the short sellers get liquidated, and the market actually holds and bring us back towards this 90K range and back above here, and see a new all-time high this year, and an altcoin season that starts with an Ethereum above 2,800. At least we need that, and a new all-time high on Ethereum, which will cause a massive mega altcoin season that we're still waiting, even though the guy here says that Bitcoin is expected to go below 10,000. So don't get fooled by the market. Don't get shaken by the market. Market's bottom on the bad news. And if you're wondering why I'm perma bull right now, it's simply because we have not seen any rate cuts in the market. Usually rallies, and we have altcoin season with low rate cuts, and with a Bitcoin dominance that is trending lower, which none of those happened yet. That is why I stay bullish. I hold my bags and I'm waiting for the actual mega altcoin season to play out. We still don't have low interest rates, global liquidity going up, Bitcoin dominance going down, Ethereum above all-time high, or at least the top 10 altcoins are above their all-time high. We have none of that yet. So that is why I'm very bullish, and I'm still very bullish. I'm expecting an altcoin season. I'm expecting it to break above its all-time high, and Bitcoin to give us at least another all-time high as well. So anyways, so far so good here today, guys. This week looks like we're pretty much getting out of the woods slowly, and as I said, tariffs are pretty much starting to look like a joke now to the market, and slowly the market will sober up from the fear and start to realize that, and that means more buyers, market go up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.